Most people walk through life thinking they have friends, but the truth is harsh. Very few stand beside you when the storms come. Many who call themselves friends are only present when life is easy, when laughter fills the air, or when your success entertains them. The Shaolin master teaches that relying on these fleeting connections is a mistake, for they vanish when challenge, hardship, or adversity arrives. True companionship is rare, and understanding this is the first step toward real growth. When you search for approval from others, you place your strength in the hands of those who may not care. Instead, you must learn to walk your path alone, to build yourself quietly and diligently without announcing it to the world. Observe carefully who remains when there is nothing to gain, who supports without expecting anything in return. These lessons are not meant to breed mistrust, but to awaken clarity. The people who truly matter are few, and the rest are illusions. Silence your need for constant affirmation. Step away from the noise of social distractions, and focus on becoming the person who does not depend on anyone else to define their worth. In this solitude, you cultivate patience, resilience, and an inner strength that cannot be shaken by betrayal or abandonment. While the world is busy chasing fleeting companionship, you are busy building something permanent within yourself. Every moment spent in quiet reflection, every hour of focused work, every decision made with integrity in isolation strengthens the foundation of who you are. By the time the world notices, your growth is undeniable, and those who remain are the rare allies worth keeping. True strength does not come from the applause of others or the comfort of constant company. It emerges in the silence of solitude. The Shaolin master teaches that being alone is not a punishment or a sign of weakness. It is a necessary path to greatness. While the world chases distractions, gossip, and shallow connections, the one who chooses solitude uses that time to sharpen mind, body, and spirit. Every moment spent alone becomes an opportunity to practice discipline, to study, to meditate, and to train without interference. In solitude, there is no one to compare yourself to, no one to compete with, no external pressures, only you and your potential. It is in these quiet moments that your weaknesses are revealed, and, more importantly, that you have the chance to transform them into strength. Growth cultivated in silence may go unnoticed by the world at first, but it is unstoppable because it is genuine and unshakable. The Shaolin master reminds us that the noise of society, the endless chatter of friends and strangers alike, often clouds judgment and distracts from what truly matters. By stepping back and embracing your own company, you protect your energy and focus, allowing yourself to evolve naturally. Solitude is not emptiness. It is a sanctuary where resilience is forged, where patience becomes second nature, and where clarity replaces confusion. Those who fear being alone spend their lives seeking approval and validation, but those who embrace it discover a power that cannot be taken, borrowed, or diminished. The journey may feel quiet, even lonely, but every small act of focus and self-mastery in this silence builds a foundation for a life of true strength, independence, and inner peace. Words are powerful, but they can also betray you. The Shaolin master teaches that too often, people reveal their intentions too soon, speaking of their plans, dreams, or achievements before they are fully realized. By sharing everything with others, you expose yourself to judgment, envy, and interference, and your progress becomes vulnerable to distraction or sabotage. Silence, on the other hand, is a shield. When you act quietly, without announcing your efforts or seeking recognition, your energy is preserved for what truly matters. Each step taken in silence is a step toward mastery, allowing your work to grow uninterrupted by external pressures or opinions. The world is full of noise people who talk more than they act, who claim what they have not yet earned, who measure others by what they say rather than what they do. By embracing silence, you step away from this chaos and focus on building yourself from the inside out. Your results, when they finally appear, will speak louder than words ever could. The Shaolin master reminds us that actions carry weight that speech cannot match, and that true influence comes not from telling others your story, but from living it in a way that cannot be ignored. Patience becomes your companion, restraint your strength, and your achievements your voice. In the quiet, you learn to value consistency over recognition, depth over attention, and mastery over popularity. Those who rush to announce their progress often falter, while those who move in silence cultivate an unstoppable force that no one can diminish or take away. The art of silence is not about hiding. It is about protecting, preserving, and perfecting the person you are becoming before the world is ready to see it. The world is full of lessons, but most people are too loud, too distracted, or too impatient to notice them. The Shaolin master teaches that by observing in silence, you gain insights that others miss. Every challenge, every setback, and every betrayal carries a hidden lesson if you are willing to see it. True wisdom comes not from talking about what you want to achieve, but from quietly studying the patterns of life and adapting accordingly. By watching carefully, you learn who can be trusted, who seeks to deceive, and what actions lead to true progress. Every failure becomes a teacher, every obstacle a guide, and every moment of stillness a chance to understand the world more deeply. Adaptation is the natural result of observation. The quiet mind absorbs information, processes it without bias, and finds solutions that those who rush cannot see. The Shaolin master reminds us that those who act without understanding often stumble, while those who watch first and move later are precise, deliberate, and unstoppable. Patience, clarity, and discernment are born from silence and attentiveness, and they give you an advantage that cannot be matched by noise or haste. Life rewards those who understand its patterns, who learn from every encounter, and who allow their growth to happen steadily and without fanfare. By cultivating the habit of watching, learning, and adapting, you develop not just skill and knowledge, but an inner strength that is flexible, resilient, and unshakable. The world may try to distract you with chaos, opinions, and false promises, but the silent observer sees the truth, makes wiser choices, and rises with confidence while others are still caught in confusion. When you build yourself in silence, you create a strength that cannot be shaken by the opinions or actions of others. The Shaolin master teaches that the greatest warriors, leaders, and visionaries are those who stand alone, who have mastered themselves before seeking recognition from the world. By focusing on your growth without seeking attention, you cultivate discipline, resilience, and wisdom that no one can take away. The world may try to pull you toward distractions, false friendships, or shortcuts, but those who have built themselves in silence know the value of patience and persistence. True power does not demand approval. It is quietly felt and undeniably present. As you rise in strength and clarity, the people who matter most are naturally drawn to you. Those who share your values, respect your path, and support your journey without expectation. This is the reward of inner mastery. You no longer need to chase validation, for your actions and character speak louder than words ever could. Every sacrifice, every hour of disciplined effort, every quiet moment of reflection contributes to a legacy that endures beyond fleeting attention or temporary companionship. The Shaolin master reminds us that silence is not emptiness, Solitude is not weakness, and patience is not delay. It is preparation for greatness. By walking your path with integrity, focus, and determination, you leave behind a mark that cannot be erased, inspire those who truly see, and build a life of strength, purpose, and inner peace that lasts long after the noise of the world fades away. The journey may be solitary, but it is in that solitude that you become unstoppable, unbreakable, and truly free.